And now, sports with Chelsa Messenger.
Welcome back and welcome to Sports.
Well, after the game, Auburn running back Trey Mason told me that Coach Malzahn tells them one thing in the hotel before the game, and that is the identity of this team lies in the fourth quarter. This air conditioning certainly feels good. Even though it's late at night, it's still a little warm on the plains, and because of that, Washington State has decided to come to Auburn a day early. And welcome back, and welcome to a very special edition of Sports. We're coming to you from SEC Media Days 2013, and today it's college football's biggest preseason party. It started off coverage with a bang early this morning when Texas A&M quarterback Johnny Manziel took the podium.
That's right, guys. Tonight, a special edition of Sports coming to you live from the National Infantry Museum. Some alarming things going into postseason play this October. The Braves are only 17-11 against the Dodgers, Cardinals, Pirates, and Reds, the other four teams in the National League set to make the playoffs.
Now, mechanically, O'Neal looks a little different as well. Instead of coming directly over the top, he throws at a more three-quarter slot, which actually gives a little bit more deception on his fastball. So instead of looking 83 to 85, his fastball looks more like 87 to 91.
Definitely deception's like one of my key things.
So today we hear what he thinks about the growth and improvement of new quarterback Nick Marshall. Now Marshall is fabulous off the read option on Saturday, rushing for 140 yards, 2 touchdowns on the night, and he's actually the first SEC quarterback to rush for over 100 yards since Cam Newton did it against Georgia back in 2010. Well, it's Friday night, and you know what that means. It's time for some high school football. And tonight, well, starting off the night with a rivalry dating all the way back to 1972. It's Brookstone and Pacelli for the annual Battle of the Jug. The Cougars have won the past 8 meetings, but Pacelli, well, they come in undefeated at 4-0. First quarter, it's the tale of 2 scrambling quarterbacks. For Pacelli, it's Wyatt Peterson driving the Vikings all the way to the Brookstone 25, but he cannot score. Cougars would take over on downs, and next up, it is Miller time, 3rd and 11, and Brookstone quarterback Miller Page taking off, and it's White Lightning. No one catching him. Brookstone going up 7-0 with 10 minutes left in the second. Now fast forward to 16 seconds left in the half. Cougars in striking distance, but oh no, DeAndre Bowman coming out of nowhere, and Bowman with the big interception. Brookstone up 1 touchdown at the half. And the streak, it would be over. Pacelli wins the battle for the Jug, 14-7, your final score. Well, over in Braves country, it's the Braves and the Dodgers in Game 2 of the NLDS, and Braves already down 1-0 in the series, and tonight in dire need of a win. Top of the 7th, Braves cling to a 2-1 lead. Runners on the corners. Carl Crawford hits it right back at Luis Avilan. A 1-6-3 inning-ending double play. Bottom of the 7th, same score. Dodgers intentionally load the bases for Jason Hayward. He lines one up the middle, making him pay. Turner Field goes nuts. Braves go up 4-1. Top of the 8th, Hanley Ramirez. He quiets down that crowd a little bit with this one, a 2-run blast off David Carpenter, and now we've got ourselves a ball game. Braves up 4-3, and D. Gordon aboard for the Dodgers, but holy hose piece, Gerald Laird throws him out, and the rest would be all Craig Kimbrell. Braves holding on to win Game 2, 4-3 would be your final score, and series now tied at 1 apiece. Now next up, heading across the river where Glenwood hosts Macon East for their final home game of the year. First quarter, Macon East deep in their own territory. A big hit, and that ball is loose. Logan Lake recovers for Glenwood, and then on the next play, Andreal Copeland. He would get the handoff, and he's going to come up big here. And somebody says Copeland. Reservations for 6. The point after would be good, and Gators taking a 7-0 lead. Second quarter, Gators looking for more, and Lawson Humphreys finds Mikey Stark in the end zone. Glenwood now with a 2-touchdown lead. Gators up 14-0. Now fast forward to just 5 seconds left in the half. 4th and goal, and 4th and easy. Humphreys waltzes into the end zone, and Glenwood would go on to win that one 45-21. Gators move to 3-5 on the season. Well, Coach Charles Flowers is known around Columbus as one of the best high school coaches in the business. In 21 years of coaching, he's won 61 and 82 with 3 state titles. You got 2 in baseball and 1 in football. But after he was fired from Troup County, Flowers was forced to take a new path.
My strong side outside linebacker here.
It's 8:30 a.m. and Smith Station coach Charles Flowers is doing what he loves.
If you don't have a passion for the game, you don't need to do it.
After winning 3 state titles at Shaw High School, Flowers is somewhat of a coaching legend around Columbus. But you won't find him here on the manicured grass at Smith Station High School. Instead, he's here on a baseball practice field behind Smith Station Middle School. Charles Flowers is the head coach of the Smith Station freshman football team.
I don't have an ego. A lot of people have egos when it comes to coaching, and they want to be a coordinator, they want to be a head coach, and want to be this, that, and the other, but I've experienced it all.
And he does mean it all. Back in 2012, Flowers' legacy was threatened. He was fired at Troup County High School amid allegations of illegal recruiting.
It was shocking, and it was a blow. But at the same time, when you build your career on character, and people know what kind of person you are, and they know your character, and they know what kind of ethical values that you stand for, you have to understand that you really don't understand why people do the things that they do.
Flowers hasn't given up on the case filed against him, as his counter lawsuit is still pending. But in the meantime, he's Smith Station's greatest resource.
You learn a lot more in one day, like a lot more. I think we are very lucky to actually be able to learn some of the stuff that he taught his other championship teams.
I've had opportunities to coach on the collegiate level, and I've turned those down because I feel like I have a calling.
But Flowers says his biggest accomplishment comes off the field.
I think that the relationships that you build in high school sports is so important. I think I've made an impact. I don't think I have anything to prove. If it ended right now, I would be sad, but I wouldn't have any regrets. I wouldn't do anything differently.
Same offensive coordinator that he had, Gus Malzahn's now at Auburn. Would that make you consider Auburn?
Yeah, that made me consider them a lot.
So this rush offense is really clicking on all cylinders, and they told me after the game that it really helps to have that triple option almost, because you can have a fresh set of legs coming in on any moment. So those big explosive plays, they're coming here, there. Well, coincidentally, some of the biggest stories from those teams were the biggest stories out of the whole SEC Media Days. For Auburn, you had head coach Gus Malzahn taking the podium for the first time as a head coach, and you couldn't contain the excitement people had, the fans, for him as a new head coach. And also Alabama looking for the three-peat, and Nick Saban talking about the biggest threat to his team, not on the field but off the field, when he talks about complacency. And as far as Georgia goes, they're talking about losing 8 starters on the defense, but they're ready to go because they have one of the best offenses and backfields in the whole country. Coach, a big smile on your face coming off the field, and what does this win mean for you and the team in general, getting off on the right foot?
I'm just so proud of our guys.
And this Auburn backfield sure looks strong tonight. What's the potential for this Auburn run game?
We're trying to be the number one backfield in the country, so we're going to keep working and try to fulfill that goal.
And the series after you fumble, coach puts you back in, gives you the ball. What does that say about coach and his confidence in you? Does that make you feel good?
Yeah, he told me, he was like, I could trust you with the ball, and I had to do what I had to do. I made a mistake, and we overcame adversity.
And lots of energy, lots of smiles on the sideline. Does it feel different this year?
Yeah, it's a new day. Coach Malzahn, that's his slogan, and it's a new day.
And we share a birthday month. I just had a birthday too.
Did you really?
So February is a good month.
It is a very good month. What February what?
19th. And favorite?
Aquarius.
No, I'm a Pisces on the first day. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm an Aquarius.
Oh. The fighting continues.